Hi, welcome to this talk on letting go.
Yes, what is letting go? In our lives, we all have expectations about the way we want our life to be. And sooner or later, these expectations will always lead to disappointment because we have an attachment to the way we're wanting things to be. Letting go is learning about letting go of our attachment to the way we want things to be and let the truth show up.
What an expectation is having a picture of how you think things should be, how you think things ought to be. And what that is saying, taking our mind and sticking our mind as a blueprint over the world. And it's like saying, the world should be this way, the world ought to be this way. That picture, that expectation creates stress in our lives. Any stress in your life, you've got to know this is where you are. You have some expectation about what someone else ought to be doing, what you ought to be doing. And that makes us demanding. When a relationship's in this area, it's really difficult to be around them and two people are really demanding of each other. It's painful to watch, it's painful to be around. And the thing we need to learn is, of course, the thing that we're demanding of someone else is the thing that we're not actually giving. So when we have expectations, we're not really giving ourselves. We're just telling other people the way it ought to be, the way that it should be. And that comes from all our hidden needs that were not fulfilled when we were kids. Because that's the essence of our expectations now in our grown-up life. They just reflect the needs that we had as children. So learning to let go is going to free us, is going to have us move forward. We need to let go of the people that we really cared about. We need to mourn them, we need to say goodbye to them. That is all part of the letting go process. However, we also need to let go of all the people that we still feel angry about. Every time we think about them, those old teachers or those, old partners, and every time we think of them and, our blood boils and we get upset, we need to let go of those because we're still holding on to those people. So the letting go is letting go of all the good things in life and letting go of the negative things in life. And the thing about letting go is that letting go brings everything into right relationship. We're no longer saying this is the way it ought to be. So when we let go of a partner or when we let go of any situation, the universe will naturally bring it into balance, how it should be.
So the power of letting go is tremendous. For me, in the psychology of vision, I think it's one of the most powerful principles I've ever learned. It's a very feminine principle because it is about surrendering and letting go. It's a very passive principle that if we apply it in our lives, everything that's true and wants to be given to us will be given to us.
However, we also need to learn about stages of letting go. The way out of dependency in a relationship is to learn to let go. Now, usually in a relationship, when we've been the dependent partner, our independent partner doesn't want to know us. They've taken off. We've lost our attractiveness. We're just holding on. And in that, what we're saying is that our happiness lies in this other person. And there's some things that we need to learn about how to deal with these situations. See, letting go is we need to stop thinking about them. It's like when our mind gets caught in that thing and we just keep thinking about somebody and thinking about somebody the whole time. That's holding on. That actually psychically drives them away. And so we need to let go of them, and it starts with, don't think about them. Also, don't contact them. Don't ring them up. If there's somebody out there you're trying to hold on to and they're moving away from you, because that's the acid test of are you trying to take anything from a partner, is that as you move towards them, they move away, which means you're holding on. You have some kind of picture about how they're going to make you happy, how they're going to fulfill a need in you. Of course, then as they move away, you go, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll start emailing them, or I'll telephone them, or I'll text message them every 5 seconds. And of course, they don't answer. And there's a reason for that. They don't answer because they're trying to get away from you. The very thing you're trying to take from them, they don't have it. So they don't feel good when they get your communication. So the first thing you need to learn to do is don't contact them, just let go, stay detached, and get on with your life. Now typically the next thing that'll happen is they might contact you. Now when they do contact you, the thing you've got to avoid is suddenly go, oh my God, they're back and everything's going to be rosy and we're going to be happy ever after. That is a big, big mistake, because as soon as you start that energy, they will back away and they will not contact you again, probably for a long time, if not ever. So when they do contact you, you have to resist that temptation to lock onto them, like a big sucker fish or something, lock onto them. You need to, have a communication, have no expectation that what it might lead to. Just stay open and have a communication with them. Now, if you pass that test, and you'll go to the next level, where they might start showing an interest again. When they start showing that interest again, they might invite you out. Of course, in your mind, inviting you out is like saying inviting you directly to their bedroom. Big mistake, next big trap. The thing that they will agree to is they will agree to meeting you in a public place. Because they'll feel safe in a public place, because they'll be able to walk away if you start getting really needy and attached again. So typically they'll invite you to a pub or to a restaurant, and once again, there's no reason for you to, not accept their invitation. But remember, no attachments. Don't go there thinking this is the beginning of a long, relationship and start, planning the baby's name. If you do go and that goes well and you don't get, too clingy or too needy, they will probably invite you home. And of course, if that's appropriate, then why not? To go and enjoy yourself. But once again, don't be attached. Just means you had a good time. It's not a contract for marriage or anything like that. There is another trap here. However, if they are already in another relationship with somebody else, it's best to resist it until they're available. Because if you do go for it and your needs are so strong that you want a relationship, but they're already in one, then of course you'll get caught in the whole triangular relationship mess. The next stage in all this is that if you have to make a choice between two people, that this person that you fancy is actually also has a relationship with someone else, don't get caught again in this last trap in here of trying to decide which one, whether you should be there, or whether you shouldn't be there, or whether how you fit into this thing. You need to let go of all of that. And once again, just commit to moving forward, step by step. And as you move forward, then whatever is true for you, that is what will happen. If one of these people is true for you as a true partner, they will come up and join you at that new level. Because that's the thing about relationships, is moving forward. And it's essential that we do let go in order that we can move forward. Because if we keep holding on and we don't move forward, then sooner or later we just get stuck in our lives. It just, our lives stop working. They become stressful. They become difficult. So that's the joy about learning how to let go. It's the essential part of every step forward that we need to take in our lives. Now, where we have any sadness or feelings of regret, this is a great indicator that we haven't let go, that we haven't completed a letting go process. So, one of the things to take out of this letting go module is anywhere where there's still sadness or feelings of regret in your life, recognize, oh, this is somebody or something I need to let go of.
Yeah, and there's a subtle difference between letting go and going independent, or letting go and ignoring or forgetting or turning our back on something. That's not letting go. Letting go is being willing to completely release any attachments we have to a person, a situation, or an event, so that it can absolutely be the way it's meant to be for us, and it's always easier and stress-free.
Yeah. Sometimes people, also ask that question, how do I know when I'm letting go, and things like that. Once again, you're letting go because you're moving forward. Now, in this area of the mind, there's also some other things that go with letting go, and one of them is goal setting. And goal setting is a really interesting topic for us. In goal setting, what we're teaching is that it's not about having an expectation. That's not what a goal is. What a goal is saying, this is what I want in my life. Not what I need. It's what I want in my life. And the difference between needing and wanting is very important here. When you say, I want something in my life, then that's okay. There's no attachment to it. Where you have a need is you say, well, I need this to be this way, and if it doesn't turn out to be that way, then you feel upset, there's a lot of emotion in it, you're just caught up in the whole thing. For instance, like going and buy a lottery ticket, and you can set a goal, I want to win the lottery, which is great. When the numbers come up, and you and you don't get it, it's like no big deal. It's just not true for me to win the lottery. I just let go of that and move forward in my life. Where you need to do it, it's like you have this thing where you just, if I don't win the lottery, I'm going to be poor for the rest of my life and be miserable. That's a need. You're never going to win the lottery because it's this strong expectation. So in goal setting, what we're doing is we're telling the world what it is that we want. We're telling our deeper mind, our higher mind, what it is that we want with no attachment. And if it's true for us to have that thing, then our higher mind will create that for us in our world. Which is another subtle way of looking at goal setting and saying, in goal setting, I set my goal, but I don't work out how it's going to be, how we're going to arrive at that goal. Because once you start saying, this is my goal, and this is the way I'm going to get there, you're saying, this is the way it ought to be. And you're only using your mind now, your conscious mind, to find a solution to achieve that goal. So you're excluding so much more help from other people, help from the universe, help from your inspiration, help from your higher mind. And all those things will come and help you achieve your goal if you're willing to stand back, if you're willing to give it room. So learning to let go is a powerful healing tool. It's on the same level as forgiveness. Forgiveness will really move your life forward if you practice it well. Letting go will also do the same thing. It'll move your life forward in leaps and bounds.